One day, sit back, just listen and think. One day, yo, what up? It's your boy Herez, and I'm back with another episode of Thoughts with Herez. And on this episode, I'm gonna be talking about the MTA is gonna stop selling Metro cars by the end of 2025. Now, I'll post an article in the description so you guys can check it out, right? So the article says, right, the MTA plans to stop selling Metro cars by the end of the year. MTA Chair Jamno Lieber, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, said Wednesday, which was March 19th, the deadline marks the latest step in the MTA's conversion to collecting all subway and bus fares through its New York tap to pay system. So it's kind of like a credit card. I've seen the system already being used by people. You'll see it in the buses, the turnstiles, and the train. You know, the machines, they have the machines already there. So it's been in effect for a minute now. You know what I mean? So MTA officials said riders can still use their existing Metro cards to pay their fares until the end of 2026. Now, the MTA spokesperson Joanna Flores said the new end date to Metro cards sales will align with the rollout of at least one OMNY vending machine in every subway station by the fall of this year. As I already said, I've already seen you know what I mean, like these machines already in the subway system. You know what I mean? Now, I'm gonna give a quick Metro card history. Right, the MTA distributed 3,000 Metro cards for the first major test of the technology in June 1993, and the first Metro card compatible turnstiles opened in January 1994, with the entire subway and bus system accepting Metro cards by May of 1997. And I remember this very clearly. I grew up in the 90s as a kid, and I remember this very clearly. The token was still in effect around that time in the 90s. The token was phased out, I believe in 2003. And I remember when Metro cards first came out, they gave them to us at the school. I was in middle school, and they were green, they were white, and then they had like the green, the Metro card words were in green. And you had two fares: going to school with a transfer, and then coming back to school with a transfer. You know what I mean? So that's how it worked. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the school year, the shit expired. So I remember those days very clearly. Good times. Now, my talking points is like, what does this mean for me? My thoughts on this? Well, for the future, you know what I mean? I think it's just like with anything. Like, I think it's gonna take time for people to really get used to it. And especially for me, I never use New York, or however the fuck you pronounce it. I never use that shit. You know what I mean? So I'm still fucking with the Metro card. But like, you know, it's going to take some time to get used to. You know, Metro card's been around for like 32 years. You feel me? So like, I remember the shift from tokens, as I said. And like, at first I hated it, from tokens to Metro cards. At first I hated it. Token was more simple. I thought you just drop it in. You know, and you going about your business. You know what I mean? But like with anything, of course I had to adapt. So I'm gonna have to adapt with this too, like everybody else is. You know what I mean? So I just wonder like how long will New York last, and then I wonder what the next phase will be after New York. You know what I mean? So like with anything through time, it's gonna change up. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's pretty much just on it on this episode. You know, like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? If you like the video, share it around so it gets out there. On that note, peace.